Every single morning, you get the chance to open 2 gifts. You open 2 presents every single morning. Your eyes. Your eyes. Oh, Cap, come on. Oh, look, see, Mama Cap already on the same page, baby. We're already on the same page. Oh, Cap, come on. Come on, that's so cliche. That's so corny. Okay, what's the alternative? Oh, fucking life sucks so bad. I don't want to go work today. Oh, Sally's gonna fucking. Like, fuck it. Open it. Wow. You know what I say every single morning? First things out of my mouth. Great morning, God. Thanks for opening my 2 gifts this morning and filling my lungs with the breath of life. Let's start this day. You can't be grateful? You can't be grateful? You opened 2 gifts and you got a lung full of air. You got something that so many people don't. You got 3 things that so many people didn't get another chance to have today. So many people didn't wake up. So many people are not getting Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2024. And you did. And you have the audacity to sit here and bang your rattle on your high chair and drag your knuckles. And woe is me, and life is so hard. And big old crocodile tears. Somebody give me my crybaby wash whack. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I love what you said, gatekeeping, Swirl. That's got me too. Look at the gateway, right? Hey, it's the gateway. We open the gates wide, baby. There is no gatekeeping of information. You want to know how to podcast. You want to know how to make content. You want to know how to build a business. Hit me up. I'm not going to hide information from you. No way, no how. Hello. I've failed in business. I've had a whole business fail. I'm not afraid to tell you about that either. That's cool. I'm all right with that, right? You know, I opened up Facebook yesterday. Shout out to one of my former Hanshi John Gaston. When I was in mixed martial arts and fighting K1 kickboxing, this was one of my guys. He was one of the leaders. It was him and Hanshi Jeff DeVore. And I've been noticing Gaston on Facebook a little bit. Like, I've been seeing him post some motivational stuff, and he came out with a kid's book. And I'm like, what's Gaston doing? This is interesting. And last night I pop open Facebook. First post I see, this bright neon sign. And here he is sitting next to the sign smiling. And I'm like, the fuck is this? And I look, and he's talking about, oh, we've done this and we've revamped this and just in time for my new podcast. I thought, well, that's pretty badass. And then the second thing I thought was, well, that's even more badass. Because the old version of Cap would have saw that and said, who the fuck does Gaston think he is? Does he not know I got a motivational podcast too? Does he not know I'm over here trying to grind too? Oh, he's going to come in this lane, act like he's all great and going to do. He ain't even in my lane. He's doing his own thing. He's growing. Why am I worried about somebody else's car on the road of life when they're not even in my lane? So my mindset has completely shifted to say, you know what, good for him. The first thing I started thinking about was, damn, maybe we could have him on as a guest sometime. Holy shit, the people would love Hanshi Gaston. He's a fucking dog. Whoa, wow, I wonder if I could be on his show. I wonder what we could do. Get Swirl on there. This would be great. When your mind is open and grateful and you have found yourself, you're not looking for the flaws in others. You're not looking for where others are trying to hurt you. You're only open to opportunities. Ephatha, Ephphatha. Ephatha, be open. Just be open. And you want to look up Ephatha, you can find where that comes from. I won't go all the way down that rabbit hole, but just be open. Be open and you will get so many opportunities. Don't hold your information in and let it out to the world. Let the people know. And I guarantee you, if you do, it will be returned to you tenfold.
Okay, so bro, I'm jumping in right here. Okay, sorry, I was writing shit down. So you sent me a podcast a while back, and I listen to Joe Rogan all the time, but it was our boy Chris, right?
Yeah,
it was a badass
baby.
podcast.
Oh, so
great
good
stuff, right? And so that I got 2 or 3 points here, but the first one is in that podcast. We talk about gatekeeping and giving out your information to the world or whatever. He talked about Elon Musk and Elon Musk's opportunity to bring electric cars to the world. And people would look at him and say, you're a little crazy for letting all that technology, out there, free patents. You guys can just use it. Doesn't matter. He just released it to the world. Said, hey, here's how we do what we do. Go ahead and try to do something better. And everybody's like, well, that's, some big deal or whatever have you. And again, electric vehicles, yeah, they're a big deal, but they're very, very small piece of the automobile industry, right? But with that, what he knew was he wasn't worried about trying to get the market share or the lion's share or trying to go take what GM has or Honda or Toyota. He wasn't trying to do that, right? He wasn't trying to gatekeep what he had. He let it all out there so they could learn from it, because here's what he knew. If they learned from it and started making more vehicles, he knew they wouldn't be able to make them as cool as he's making them. So therefore, he would then get the lion's share of those small percentage of vehicles. So the more people that were interested in him on a bigger how do you say demographic? Please forgive me with my Freudian slips here, but the demographic, right? Then more people looked at him. Now they're 2 to 5% of the actual populace of automobiles. So now he's got a bigger slice of a small pie. Yeah, but he's getting most of it because he let out all that information. So even the most rich man in the world really gives out his own information, is telling you exactly how he does what he does, right? And that leads me to the next thing. Their success does not determine your success. So regardless if this Hanchi was going to be doing something good or bad, he can have 1,000 people watching his podcast and we can have 1,000 people watching ours. As a matter of fact, there are people out there that'll put them both on at the same time just to show some support. They may not even be listening to them, but the bottom line is this. You got to stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, because if you're not taking care of your shit every single day, it won't matter. Your success is going to diminish. If I don't get up and do my push-ups every day, I'm going to start losing all of the gains I got. And I'm not really gaining, I'm more dropping. I'm down like 28 pounds. So like, truth be told, it's not always about going big, right? It's about just being good every single day. And that was the other part, taking what I'm given, right? You have a day that you've been given today. So what are you doing with that? The abundance mindset's out there saying, I can get opportunity from any direction. It doesn't have to be up, down, forward, backwards. It's from anywhere. So I could get it from Capp. I could get it from the lady in the coffee line. Hell, I could get it from literally watching a podcast like this one. And all of a sudden, bam, have the epiphany to say, oh my God, they're right. I just need to get out there and do this, right? When you wake up and you get the opportunity to open those two eyes, you have to understand, you need to think this, my journey continues. Does that mean you stay still, or do you get out and do something with it?
The bombs are flying today.
My friends, please hit your shelters. The bombs are flying heavy and hot here at Fortune Fuel. Please. The sirens are blaring. The bombs are dropping. You may want to get into your nearest bomb shelter. Who's to say? Who's to know?
Swirl one, boy, oh boy, I got more shit. Okay, look here. I thought of a quote. Their opinion will never become my reality.
It's none of your business either.